first of all, thanks so much, everyone, for coming. I love this place. I love Mike for putting it on and making it so special. And when I see Mary's so wonderful, and whenever I see Paisley, I want to scream and say, "It's so fluffy!" Because it's so freaking fluffy. Such a good way. So, but Elephant E, who's no longer here, was amazing. Matt, you're adorable, fluffy almost, and I loved Brenda, was terrific. I'm gonna forget people. Joe, always amazing. Gerald, Rule, and thanks Morningstar for getting up. I know I forgot somebody, but whatever, I need to be. No, the most important thing, Mike, thank you for. It's the first time I've heard you perform, and you were hilarious. And his performance, when Brenda was talking about how the music was causing her to forget what she was going to say before she got up here, I have ADD to the level of like seriously, I cannot. If I was in a hyperbaric chamber until getting here, but just the opening of the chamber would cause me to lose my track of thought. So, but when I was a kid, I think I told the story, so I'm going to just shorten it. When I was a kid, I used to watch this show called Star Search, and after every show, I would cry to my mother, "I'm not pretty, because I'm not black or Asian. I'll never be pretty. Please, why are I not black or Asian? Because black and Asian women are freaking hot, whether they talk to you or not." I felt that joke. That's my point. Anyway, okay. My jokes, whatever. I'm not really a comedian. That's why I really love this place. I don't have, I can't memorize anything, and whenever I get on stage, the bright lights, they scare me, and all the attention, I get so excited, my heart's pounding, and I get so nervous that all the jokes fly right out of my head. So I've decided I'm gonna, here I feel like, you guys, I'm welcome here, as is everyone, and so instead of telling any jokes, I'm hoping just tell a story. And, oh wait, but first one joke, and it's not a memorized joke, it's, okay, I carry a purse, like most women, a big purse. I mean, just because of its sheer size, people make a lot of assumptions, that I have a pen for them, and that's, I do, not for them. I mean, I have a pen in my purse, but they can't have it. I'm sorry, I need my pen, and, it's funny because when I was at the supermarket the other day, the woman, her pen wasn't working, and I'm like, oh, I have a pen, and then I used the pen, and then she took it, and I'm all, I need my pen back. She's like, oh, I'm sure you have another one in there, and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm sorry, it's my only pen. And she's like, well, that's an awful big purse for just one pen. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you. But I didn't. And I was like, no, carry my yearbook, and I've got stuff in here I need. And I do, I have a number of toothbrushes, and not just the toothbrush, but the freaking magic ones that are electric that don't need a battery. What is up with those? Okay, they're so crazy. There's some freaking magic in the electric toothbrushes that don't need to be plugged in or anything. And other garbage, but it's they wouldn't ask me to use my toothbrush, you know what I mean, just because I have an extra one in there. But it's this pen thing anyway. So yeah, I hate my transitions because I don't have any, and they're really bad. Oh yeah. Okay, today a friend of mine who's here, thank you, Scott Ewell, got a text message from his roommate that I'm not going to recount for you because it's full of obscenities and this is a family night.
Recount it.
No, honestly, it's vile. Her name's Kelly, but I'm going to refer to her strictly as MB for miserable bitch, because that's what she is. And I'm telling you, are there any Kellys in the audience? Good. Fuck you, Kelly. Fuck all Kellys. I hate them all. I do. And if you're a man named Kelly, really, so I'm not even going to go into it. Because we all know how much just that is wrong on every level. But Kellys, okay, this Kelly woman, just she's despicable. But my own personal Kelly issue is with a former best friend, and well, Kelly sucked ass big time. But the reason I've come to the conclusion that she's a bad friend is because we were writing partners together, and we were supposed to be we were lead writers for this lesbian soap opera that was supposed to be on the Here Network, but they ran out of money, so whatever. But while we were in pre-production and writing the scripts and coming in for meetings, I came to the conclusion that the executive handling our show was was just patently stupid and had no sensibilities or intelligence for what her job was in any respect. And it really, it really started to bother me. And I used to think, I honestly thought that if during a meeting I were to eke out like a silent but deadly, omission, she would sniff the air and say, "Is someone baking cookies?" Because she's that removed from what's good and what's bad. She just has no, she's like, I swear to goodness. And I was just, it really started to drive me nuts. And so I just became more and more like sullen and writer-ish and whatever during our meetings. And so Kelly, she was like, one day, she's like, before we were supposed to go in for a meeting, and I just was like, I do not want to fucking go, excuse my language. And she's like, Esme, you're just not good in a room. And I was like, I am so fucking good in a room. It would blow your mind if you ever saw me in a room being me. But unfortunately, she's my writing partner. She's the type of writing partner when we actually were up for the lead writers for this show called The L Word, and she shows up for the meeting, and I'm not exaggerating, with a faux hawk and leather studded crap, and I have like an Ann Taylor suit, and she looks at me and she's like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And I'm all, "What the fuck are you wearing? Are you kidding me?" And she was like, "Oh, this is gonna." And the first thing after the pleasantries of Eileen Chaikin, whatever, telling us why we're there, she says to Eileen Chaikin, oh, by the way, in the elevator, she's like, "Take your wedding ring off. We're interviewing for a lesbian soap opera." And I'm all, I am DWI, died while intoxicated, but I am married. So, I think that, to a man. So, she's like, "Take it off." Well, the second thing after saying, exchanging pleasantries, that Kelly says to Eileen Chaikin, who is interviewing us for the lead writer for this show, is, "We used to be lovers." And I'm just like, yeah. So when Kelly says I'm not good in a room, I'm not good in a room when I've just been told by my hopefully future boss that I, sleep around with women when I get drunk. I just don't see how that's relevant to the conversation. But she did, and that's all I have to say about that. Last thing about the D spot. Dogs have a D spot, but I recently read an article that says that women don't have a G spot, and I thought it was just me. And I'm like, in your face, all of you 70s losers that were telling women that they had a G spot because they were lying, and I always suspected it. It couldn't just be me, and it's true. Thanks.